Hello, ladies and gentlemen. David Lemon here. I am the community manager at Groove Digital, and I am bringing you an awesome presentation today. Today, we will be learning how to create your pages necessary to create a product launch formula or a Jeff Walker style product launch funnel inside GroovePages. And this is something I have been asked a couple of times before from users. Do we have templates on how to do this one? I was like, no, not yet. But actually I wanted to say, like, why can't I just show you? Like, it is not so complicated to actually create yourself one. So you don't need a template. We can create our own, and I will show you how. Most of the things are already pre-built for us. We just need to change some content around, and then it will be looking like a proper product launch funnel. And yes, it can be done by anybody. So today I don't want to focus on actually showing you how to use the builder itself. I just want to show you how and what are the things that you need to implement to have an actual functioning product launch formula funnel. Or I will just shorten it from now and I will just say PLF funnel, which is a very important in case you're trying to launch something today in this world. There are certain things you need to focus on, and using Jeff Walker's method of launching funnels and products and systems and software and whatever you are selling, it can be done, and it can be done very, very well. You can sell everything with this type of thing, with this type of system, and this is what I wanted to show you how. Okay, so I have already a couple of people joining in, so welcome, guys. It's good to see you here. Familiar faces, as I can see. So we have on Eldon from New Zealand. Ahmed is here. Christine is here watching. Eldon also on Facebook. Ron watching us. Rob is here. Watching while driving. Okay, this is not probably the best idea, but I'm happy that you are tuned in, Rob. Awesome. So Ron again, Shirley Rogers saying hello. Awesome. So if many of you don't know what a product launch formula is, product launch is invented by a person called Jeff Walker. Jeff Walker wrote a book about launching, and he is the leading authority on actually launching products online. He is a very, very known internet marketer, and the things that he's teaching is just amazing. From when I heard about him, I bought his book immediately, and I was just like hooked. Whatever you are selling, if you do step by step as he is explaining it in his book or in his courses that he is teaching, it is very, very high chance that you will succeed and make your goals come true. So this is something I wanted to point to in today's video. But I cannot see anybody that didn't join us yet to our training. So as I usually have, the second slide is most of the time streamyard.com/Facebook. In case you're watching and not commenting, please head over to streamyard.com/Facebook if you haven't yet, and approve StreamYard to access your profile. But for now, I can see everybody is showing up nicely. Again, I will mention it on every training from now on. Questions and answer session or Q&A session is at the end of the training. So in case you have any questions, either leave them for the end of the training, or in case you want to put them just into the comment section so that you don't have to keep them in your head, please put a Q dash and then ask your question. This will let me know that there is a question that was meant for me, so I can really simply just scroll through all the comments and see the questions that I need to answer later on. But yes, in case you have any questions later on, please pop them in the comment section, or just keep them for the end. Okay. Later on, also, in case somebody asks some questions, just mention that we will have a Q&A session at the end. Okay, thank you very much. And then I wanted to point out, what is the product launch formula and why is this so powerful? Why people are using that as a launching strategy, and why people need to write books about it, and why, like, we can just launch our products, like send a post or send some paid advertisement to our landing pages and that's it. No, actually, it is most of the times done that way, but if it is done using the system from Jeff Walker, and let me just show you Jeff, it will be easier for you to understand who I'm talking about. This is Jeff Walker, and he is the creator of this product launch formula. And as you can see, I've taught thousands of students who operate in hundreds of niches how to launch their business from scratch, and they generated over $1 billion in sales, and that numbers grow every day. So yeah, he worked with some big names in the industry like Tony Robbins, Brandon Bouchard, Dan Kennedy, and things like this. So today I'm teaching you some principles from him. I will not teach you everything that he wrote in this book, because I highly suggest you to go out there and have this book. If you are having a product, in case you are doing some type of a launch, this is, in my opinion, the way to go. There are other ways people are launching their products, but I believe this is the best way. And why I think is the best way, because sometimes other marketing strategies are relying on hope marketing, like let's do this and hope that it works. What Jeff created is actually working on event-based marketing. So you create an event from your launch that everybody's waiting, everybody is anticipating, everybody cannot wait for your product to be revealed and opened, and then they can actually go and see it. He gives a very good example in his book about launching movies. Like, think about when you are in watching trailers on YouTube, and it's like about a movie that is coming. They put these trailers so far in advance out for people to see, and they are building up anticipation. Like, they're building up, like, imagine it like a how do they call it, like this steamer, like the steam cooker, or how do they call that? And basically the steam and the pressure is building up inside of this cooker, and it's like waiting for exploding. And this is what you can create with your own product launches. Imagine if you wouldn't have to actually feel spammy when selling. You can just tell your story, tell about your product, and people would be running after you and throwing money at you. Okay, this is just a bit exaggerated, but this is kind of a pressure that can be built with this type of a product launch. So this is the book that I suggest you to get. This is from Jeff Walker, a launch. It is not the newest book. I believe this was published a couple of years ago, but it is I believe it's timeless, because it is using some strategies that are pointing to psychology and how people think and why this actually works. So in case you have a chance, go to Amazon and get this book. It is highly suggested. And not only that, I went through Jeff Walker's course, and in the course he gives even more information, but I will not talk anymore about how he is actually selling it, but I want to show you why and how you can use this method. So why should I use this method? As I previously said, don't rely on hope marketing, like buying some ads and hope it works. You can actually manage that and make a proper marketing campaign that will be working, and will be working because this formula has been redone multiple times, and people are using it, and then having amazing successes using this product launch formula. And it is just working. It is using some core principles of human behavior and how people think, and these are the 9 mental triggers that he calls them in the book. So some of these are, or not some of these are the 9 mental triggers. So the number 1 is authority. Like, people trust high authority people. In case I would say, like, Bill Gates is coming to you today, and then he will be teaching you how to do something, you would be like, oh my God, Bill Gates, because he is a high authority person. Reciprocity is the concept when somebody gives you something, you feel that you also need to give them back something. And then this type of a thinking, this is built into humans, that when you get something, you feel that you need to give back, and this is also a mental trigger. Trust, as you know, if you can trust a person, you will listen to them, you will love them, you will just yeah, you will trust them. Anticipation, this is what I said, like you can do an event that people actually anticipate. They were waiting for something that you have to offer. It will not be like, please watch my things that I have, please buy my stuff. It will be like, hey guys, you want to learn about this? Yes, yes, tell us, tell us, tell us. So this is the anticipation you can build up. Likability, this is a know, like, and trust factor also in these mental triggers. Likability is one of them. And this is a big one. So you have people that you like. Why do you like them? They have certain traits that you like about them. You have certain people that you don't like. And in his book, he goes actually about in depth about these likability traits. But this is a very big mental trigger that you can learn. Events and rituals, as you may know probably. You like events, sport events, or religious events, or any kinds of events like birthdays, for example. If you know that they are going to be on a certain day, you're looking forward to that date. This is some type of an event, and it's building up pressure. Ooh, I cannot wait for my birthday. Ooh, I cannot wait for, I don't know, Christmas. Ooh, I cannot. This kind of event can be built up and can be moderated, and it can be created also using your launch. Community is a big one. For example, have a look at the Groove Digital Facebook group. Like, there is a community. You don't only purchase a product, you get also into the community with sharing, people helping each other, people actually getting on calls with people they don't know just so that they can help out and then communicate and network. And community is a big mental trigger as well. Scarcity, when you take something away from somebody, they're like, oh my God, I need to act the next time so that I don't lose this thing. So this kind of scarcity, people are afraid of losing things. And I mean this, they're like actually painfully afraid of losing stuff. And if you give them a chance to get something and take it away, they will feel like, oh my God, I should have gotten this one. And if you actually build out this scarcity and create a fear of missing out effect using the scarcity, you can create a very powerful marketing tools. And of course, social proof, it is also one of the mental triggers, that if somebody purchased something, if somebody gave a raving testimonial about the product, you, the person who are reading that testimonial, you will feel, oh my God, if it works for them, if they are happy with this product, I will be also satisfied with this product. So these are the 9 mental triggers he talks about. And I believe this, in case you use all of these, you have such a powerful, it is actually a movement that you can create only for launching a product. And if you do it correctly, if you follow his strategies, it's like you're going to succeed. But let's just go on and talk about how to implement the PLF. And I will not be doing the whole like campaign. It will not fit in a 2-hour video. But I will show you how to actually design the most popular pages that are visible inside a product launch formula type of a funnel, okay? And this is the most basic look of it. So you have an opt-in page where you actually tell people about the opportunity to learn more about the product, learn more about what you are offering. This is where they opt in and they register, and then they come to a thank you page. But in the meantime, you are also getting them to your autoresponder and starting sending them email campaigns. And then after the thank you page, you tell them, oh my God, thank you very much for, no, don't say oh my God, but thank you very much for registering. We will be launching a video or a piece of content where you will be able to learn XYZ about this and that. So basically, you're actually doing content on what you are helping people to do with your product. What people call this product launch formula, they call it as a horizontal sales page, not horizontal, but a sales page that is not on one page, but there it is separated in multiple pieces of content. So the video one will be one part of your sales page, the sales letter. Sideways sales letter. This is how they call it, sideways sales letter, because you're not going to put everything on one page and there you go, read it, or just one video and talk about everything in one video or one piece of content, but you will be separating it and building up anticipation for people to wait for another video. So after the thank you page, you tell them in 24 hours or in a couple of hours, you will be able to access the video number 1, which talks about X, Y, and Z. Okay. After they watch the video, they are prompted inside this video to come also to the next video, which is going to be coming in the next 24 hours. But also in the meantime, you're sending them emails also and talking about how the training was and what they could have learned and things like that. So in case they didn't watch the video, they can actually just click on the links or watch their video or a piece of content. It doesn't have to be video. I will be building out a page which works with video. But yeah, so you do a video 1, a video 2, a video 3, and at the end of video 3, they are transferred to an actual sales page, a proper full sales page where they can recap everything that they've seen and learn more about the actual product. Over here, you will be talking about the benefits, what they can do, and how they can use it. But at the end, after the video 3 has ended or the content number 3 has ended, you're sending them over to the actual product so they can learn more about the final solution. And this is why it's very, very powerful. You don't give them all the information, all the necessary knowledge immediately, but you invite them to come to the next one and to the next one, so they get into the flow of this, like following an event. Like, this is an event and I have to go to this webinar today, and then tomorrow there's another webinar I have to watch because I want to know. And it's very powerful, and I highly suggest you start to use it. But yeah, this is golden, and I use it. It is always here next to my desk in case I'm doing something like that, like creating funnels, creating pages. I want to use these mental triggers because it is very powerful. But do you want to see some examples? I believe there is a lot of people that cannot really imagine how this can look like. So I believe you would like to see some examples. So I have found a resource that I previously shared out. It is not my resource, and it is not our company's resource, but it is publicly available on the internet, and I just Googled it and found it. So I didn't see any comments. Never mind. I will just show you, because I will show you the examples. So you probably know about this. This is a Trello board from a funnel swipe file from a company called ClickFunnels. You may have heard about them. They have stopped developing this a couple of years ago, and I believe this is why it is available now publicly. But one of these funnels, as you can see, survey, summit, cart funnels, book funnels, challenge funnels, membership funnels, there is one that is also called product launch funnels. And they have an actual lineup of product launch funnels. And I wanted to show you just a couple so that you can have an idea how they look like. So Christine is saying, David had extra caffeine today. Love your enthusiasm. Thank you very much. It is very powerful, and I'm really happy to talk about this. I have never thought that I will be able to teach this to somebody and to point to the power of using these principles that Jeff is talking about. And I believe this is why Jeff is a well-known authority in marketing, because of what he actually put together. So there is a couple of great funnels. I want to just point out this funnel from Ryan Levesque. And as I said, scarcity and also anticipation and scarcity. The thing is that with product launch formula, you will close your cart. So you will have a launch, and after the launch, you will close your cart. And this is how it looks like in Ryan Levesque's Ask Method company. He actually just did a join the notification list. And if somebody wants to join the notification list, they are prompted to just a simple form where they can sign up. So over here, this is the open cart day 4 video. Let me just see why they are. Okay, so this is the opt-in page. This is how he created an opt-in page. Very simple. Like, you will be able to learn For example, new how to use the Ask Method in your business, plus see inside the new Ask Method masterclass and get your questions answered. Awesome. Very simple. There's not a lot to it, but this is the opt-in page that he was using. It's just not how it should supposed to be shown, but this is something that I really like, and it is very simple. As if you see the building blocks from what he created, it is just very simple. It is not going in a flow as I would like it to be, so let me just open a different one that is a bit better. And this is a tribe, so this is the waiting list. In case your cart is closed, this is how you would see the waiting list from this company, from Tribe, and they actually do a survey. You can also have a landing page about that. This is their checkout. It's also not going in a flow, but these are the pages that I wanted to show you. So as you remember, I mentioned the video number 1, the video number 2, video number 3. This is some type of a page they build out. So they, for example, this is a video number 1 that you are watching, and then if you want to click over here, it will say you cannot actually access this video. It is coming in a 24-hour in the 24-hour period, so you have to wait for that. In the meantime, while you're watching the video, you can chat with other users. You can also embed like a Facebook comment or something. They have their own solution built in, but yeah, it is very powerful. You have the launch separated in multiple videos. People come to watch these videos. They can download special resources. They can like it and share it, and the community aspect is here. Talk with other members. And yeah, so this is how it looks like. For example, you're watching this video. These 2 videos are available, but these ones are not available yet because you need to wait. They're building up anticipation for the other content that is coming out later on. So this is something that we could create as well. So I don't know why the pages are not going in a flow, but yeah, so these types of things. In case you want to have a look at these types of product launch funnels, I suggest you Google funnel swipe file, and you will find this document. You can access it. It is available online. Let me just show you one more. So we will be building something similar to this one over here, where we will have a couple of videos up here. We'll have our logo, we will have a video, and then some more content below. We'll also embed a comment section so people can communicate with each other. And then this is what I'm going to be showing you how to create the product launch formula type of a funnel. Okay. So I believe we now have seen a couple of examples how others do it, and these are big names like Russell Brunson and Ryan Levesque and Stu McLaren from Tribe. These are big names, and they are using these type of a launch formula to have amazing success with their launches. So let's get building. And for building, we will just need to go into our GrooveFunnels dashboard. Can you post a URL for that? Yes, I can. Let me just share it with you here. This is available online, but I will share it here with you. It is not our swipe file. This is not something that was created by us, so I just want to acknowledge that immediately, and also that it has been stopped developing. So basically, this was not developed for quite a few years now, and I can see Christine already shared out shared the link out on Facebook. So when we are in GrooveFunnels, we can start building it inside GroovePages. So let me just zoom in a bit for you so you can see it better. And yeah, actually, let me just show you how it looks like. I have played with it, and I have built out my product launch formula type of a page, or type of a funnel. And I want to just show you and point out to what we will be working on. I just have a lot of accounts with Groove, so I just had to change it quickly. But here we go. It will be loading in a second. So yeah, I was researching actually these mental triggers, like authority, reciprocity. This is very powerful, guys. I can also share this one with you. It is an article on Medium, in case you want to look into this one. I suggest you to get the book and read into it. It is something that will open your eyes about marketing and how to do marketing, actually, because there's a lot of people that that they think if they build it, they will come. It is not how it is most of the time. Okay. Great. So this is something that I will be showing you how to build. So a very simple logo up here, a very nice call to action with some description, a video, and then just a simple form. And then below that, you can point out to the videos that are upcoming that you will be sharing. Then the next page will be a video number 1. This is something that we can have for the video number 1. It is also very simple style. Here's your logo. Here is the lineup of the videos that are upcoming. As you can see, these are locked. These are not possible to view. When somebody clicks on this, you can actually put a pop-up. This video is not available yet. You need to wait 2 days, 6 hours, and so on. And then you can actually set up a different pop-up for a different video. This is, you need to wait 2 hours for 2 days for this one. You need to wait 4 days for this one. You need to wait 6 days for this video. You can set this up very simply in a pop-up. So here you would put the title of the video, which would be the wow plus how. This is where you talk about yourself. You introduce yourself to everybody. This is where you build the authority and the trust. And then I just use a video. You don't have to use videos in these product launch formula type of launches. You can also do just a written copy, but I believe a video increases the trust like tenfold, and it is much simpler to actually do. Take a piece of technology like a mobile phone or a camera or a video camera, and then you can just do that. For the comments, as you can see, this is an active comment section. You can start typing. This is awesome. You can post and actually log in using Facebook, using Twitter, using all kinds of different, like Google, your Google account. You can log in with that one. So your image shows up, your name shows up, and you can also have this embedded into your own site. Yes, so this is what we will be building out, and then it is very simple to actually do it for the next video. And for the next video, you just copy, duplicate the page, and you just edit these ones up here. But I believe now we know what is being built, so I want to just go out and start building it out, because it doesn't require a lot of knowledge and it can be done by anybody, because we have pre-made blocks that we can use for that one. So let me just open it in another site so that we can I want to just open it for me over here, so then I can refer back to it. So I just opened the site over here, as you see, so that I can simply refer back to it when we are building it out. I'll just put it over here. So if we analyze the page over here, we have a navigation bar with only a logo. The next block is a heading with a description, or a title with a description. The next block has a video with some heading, description, and just a simple form. Below that, we have a simple block with 4 columns, and each of the columns has an image. So this is an image and some text below it. This is how simple it can be. So let's just jump into the builder and start building this out. Okay. I will just create a new site. I want to start from scratch and show you how this could be done quite simply and quite fast. So as I mentioned over here, the first section will be a navigation bar. So blocks, wireframes, navigation bars, and you just take one with the logo. Okay. That's it. We'll pull out all the blocks that we need onto our page, and then we'll start modifying it. The next one is a heading with some description, or a title with some description, and we can go into blocks, wireframes. We can go to content, and then here we have this block over here. It already has headline, the title, description. We just delete this headline. We don't need it. And then that is it. The next thing what we need is a section where it has a video and some text, description, and a form. For this one, I used a block wireframe, and we have, I believe it is in the content call to action. So this is in the call to action where you see there is a like an image placeholder, heading, description, and a button. Okay, so this is what I will be pulling into the canvas over here, and then we can simply remove the button because we don't need it. So we have a heading, description, and we will need to build a form on it. So we can simply build a form. If you don't know how to do it yet, you can follow this one, but I have an in-depth tutorial on YouTube and also in the Groove Digital Academy and also in the Facebook group on how to create custom forms. But the gist of it is you need to first take an empty form container, pull it onto the canvas where you want the form to be. Then the next thing is to put in the input fields inside that form container. Okay, so in case you drop it correctly, you shouldn't be able to see anywhere else on the page the purple thingy. This one, this is an empty container. Okay, so in case you pull this into the container correctly, then you will not be able to see it anymore on the page. So this is a form field. This is one of the places where people will be able to type in, for example, their name or email. So we can just add on the text inside. So your first name, okay, or you can just leave it at your name like that, and then we can simply duplicate this one, as you can see, and we just change your best email update. Perfect. That's it. The last thing we need inside this form container is the actual submit button. So you don't take a normal solid button. You need to take the submit button, and this is inside the form section over here. So submit button will be acting as the actual action. When somebody clicks this button, then the form is submitted. Okay, so this is basically it. Let's just go and build out the last section. What we need is the block with 4 columns, and then oops, not here but here. So we pull in a wireframe block, an empty one with 4 columns. So 1 2 3 4. Okay, this one. There we go. And then inside here, we'll just need to place an image placeholder like that, and then some text. I usually use paragraph text and then just delete the first part, or basically I just leave the first part and then delete everything else after that, like that. And then I can also center it on the page. But basically that is it. So what I can do now is I can duplicate it, or I can just leave it as it is, and then when I have created my own custom, where is it here, my custom images, then I can put those in place. Okay, so that is basically how we create this type of a page. So I don't want to actually stop here because this is very quickly done. I actually want to go in depth and show you how to create these types of images. If you may have seen on these other pages, let me just find one where it displays. For example, here on this page, as you can see, you can create these images like that. So video number 1, there's a play button, and then it actually says the name of the video. You don't have to do this. You can do also something like I did over here, just a simple play button. You can follow different types of content that you want to embed there. For example, as Stu McLaren did on one of these pages, he created just a normal page with a bright yellow circle and a play button inside, and then below that he typed out the name of the video. So you can do whatever you like. It is up to you. However, I'll show you something that I created over here. It is not very hard to do, and I want to just point that out, how to create it. So for this, to create our own custom type of images, you can use Canva or any sort of tool that you have. I will be using Photopea because I believe it is the simplest way to do these types of things. So when you come into Photopea, you just press the new project button, and you can choose with what kind of size you want. You can do a Facebook shared image type of size. You can do a YouTube cover. I'll just use this type of a Facebook event image. Okay, this is a full HD. Maybe I don't need that big, so I'll just use a Facebook shared image. So I just click to this one. You can give it a name, and yeah, background white or transparent. I'll just leave it at white. Click create. So now I have a canvas, okay? And I will use one of these pre-made images that I use for these types of live stream videos, and then use that instead, so I don't have to create my own immediately. But this is something that I would do, and once I paste it in my image that I want, or if you want, you can also create it inside the tools. So inside Canva, inside any of the image editor that you are using, you can just create that on the canvas. You don't have to actually create an image and then do a separate one for here. I just work with what I have because it shouldn't be it shouldn't make sense for me to rebuild it again. But for now, in this tool, I can put an overlay color by actually doing another block on it, or not over here. You can just create another block, for example, like this, which will be for example, black. You can just decrease the opacity of it and then create an overlay like this. You can also do your image in a black and white mode. I'll just play with this overlay for now, just to simplify it as much as I can. So do a color overlay. Now you can see that it is much darker than it was previously. The next thing, what I will do is do an ellipse, or do a circle in the middle of it. And then the way I do is I just click on this button over here. This is, and then I hold my mouse to actually be able to choose from one of these tools. I just choose the ellipse, press the shift button, and then click on the canvas and just drag it out like this, so I can create a proper circle. In case you don't hold shift, your circle will be looking like this. But in case you click the shift button, then your circle will be a straight circle or completely round circle. Okay, so this is something that I like. So I can just put in a white color. I can also try to do opacity on it, and I will do that later on over here. But I want a bit of a stroke. Let me just have a look. Okay, so these ones have a black overlay. So let's just put this one on to black, and then the stroke will be white color. So let's just choose white. Let's just make the stroke a bit bigger, like that. Okay, and then we can just decrease the opacity so it is more of a see-through image, like that. Awesome. Then the last thing we need is just, again, to this shape. Basically click and hold, and you can choose parametric shape. Okay, you can choose how many sides to have. I just put into 3, so I can create a rectangle, or a rectangle like this one. Perfect. Instead of a black color, I want white, like that. And then just click on this first tool so I can drag it. Oops, not this one, but actually this one. And if as you can see, this layer is now below my circle, so I can just pull it up so the play button, the white button, will be white. Here I press the shift and hold the shift, then it is actually simpler to navigate. It will be coming to straight lines. For example, this is now vertically centered and it is a straight on the page. There we go. And that is approximately it. So now we created an image that we can manage. So for example, in case instead of this image you want something else, just pop something in the background of this. I'll just use this one for now. But this is how you can simply create these kinds of images. Once you want to export it, I suggest you to use a JPEG because it is a much smaller file size. I usually round them up to 700 pixels so that it is nice, but still not too big, so that it doesn't, it is not so many megabytes. So let's just type in image. a very creative name for it. When I'm back into GrooveFunnels, I can just choose this image, that image placeholder that I placed at the bottom of it, and then I can just choose my image over here, upload it like that, and then select it. Okay, so that's basically it. Then you can resize it using the sizing options, but we'll just leave it as it is for now. I want to show you how you can create the other images, which is video one is looking like this one. Like it is, it has a lock on it. It is not a play button. It has an actual lock on it. So for this one, we would need to download an icon of lock. So what I usually do is go to flat icon, which is loading in here. I log in using, most of the times using Facebook. You need to log in so that you can modify the icons itself. Because I want a white lock, I will just log in so that I can change the color of the icons. So lock, if you just type into search, you can see many different types of locks. I believe I used this one over here. Let's just use a different one for today's training, and this will be over here, that one. Once you selected your icon and you are logged in, you click the edit icon button, you select the color white, and you just download it to your computer. There we go. So now we have a lock. And then instead of this play shape, okay, we don't want this one. I will just hide it in the background. I want a lock to be placed over here. So I'll pull the lock on the first layer here. And oops. That. And then just resize it. So I resize it, place it in the middle. There we go. So that's how simple it is. So now we have a lock instead of the play button. So people, when they come, they will not try to click on it because they will see that there's a lock on it. So it's actually locked. If you want to do, we can also save this one just so that we have it for building. If you don't want this overlay, for example, you can remove it and then you can pull back the play shape like that, so people will actually know that this is a live video. They can click and they can start playing it. Another trick that you can do, as they were doing over here, let me just see where it was, on one of the previous sites, I believe here, yeah. So they were actually putting an image in the background, doing a color overlay, doing that overlay shape, and then using white text, they typed out the name of the video and then placed in the play button in the middle of it. You can do the same thing as well. It is not looking good now with my image because I already have text written on it, but it is the same way how you would do it. Basically, let's just put back the shape over here, the shape overlay. I'll just hide this one. Okay, like that. Let's reveal it, and then you can just take these two. So using control, I clicked control or command on a Mac, selected the shape 2, shape 3, which is our circle, and the play button, and then I can resize them together now. Hopefully it is allowing us. Here we go. So I can resize both of them so they are much smaller. Put them in the center. There we go. And then using a text element, I can start typing some text. Here we go. This is David Lemon. Okay, we can just position it in the middle, increase the size of it. Oops, just select everything and now increase the size of it. You can also choose different fonts. You probably know what I will choose. I will use Poppins and choose bold. There we go. This is David Lemon's training. Now we have this in black. Let's just change the color of it. I want it to be in white. There we go. Oops, something didn't work. White. Okay. Here we go. And now I can do opacity on this one. So if I do opacity, it will be visible. It will not be pulling people's attention away, but it will be seen what the name of the video is. So you can do something like this as well. So let's just duplicate it. So I'll right click on this one, duplicate layers. I will pull one of them below, and you can type something else here. And it is awesome. I'm just giving myself a pat on the back with these types of things, but just because I don't have anything better to say. But there we go. So now in case you have any type of an image, let me just see if I have something. Yeah, I don't have anything over here that I can use in the background just to make it a bit prettier. So you just put it in the background behind this shape, and it would be looking all very nicely. This one doesn't look right because we have text on it. So in case you don't have text on it, then it will be looking great. But this is something that you can experiment with. Perfect. So I'll just leave this one, and let's go back to our example. So now I have these images. Let's just duplicate it and then pull the duplicated image on here. There is some text over here at the bottom. Let's just duplicate that one. Pull it below the image itself. Okay. Then again, and then this one. Let's just do it 2 times. So we pull one over here. We take the other one. We pull it over here. And then we just duplicate this one. We pull it over here. There we go. So now we have the bottom section done as well. Now we can go and style it. So for the logo, I will just use a logo that I created also in Photopea. It is basically just a simple icon, an icon of a lemon, and I just typed in lemon with the same font that I usually use, which is Poppins. So I'll just choose this image very simply. I believe that's it. No, then this one. Perfect. There we go. Update. We have our logo in there, and I will just change the background color to white. No particular reason. You can choose any type of color you want. I just want it to be white on this tutorial. Okay, so this here, white, and here we can just type in the title of the funnel, what you're actually promoting. So the first page that we are creating is the opt-in page. The people will be coming to opt-in page to opt in, then they are redirected to a thank you page, then they are redirected after some time to video number 1, then after some time to video number 2 and video number 3. So I'll be showing you how to create an opt-in page. The thank you page I created last Friday, so you are well versed probably in how to create a thank you page, but I want to create these opt-in pages and the video pages so you know how to go and actually do these. But yes, let me just come back. So over here, I will type, this is where your title goes. And I'll just change the font to maybe Roboto. I will not use Poppins this time. Maybe bold or black. Yep, it looks better. And this one, I will just change to Roboto and make it a bit smaller, like that. That's basically it. Then over here, instead of the image, I will pull in a video, which will be a YouTube video. I just use it for simplicity. You can put in Groove video embedded videos as well. You can use Vimeo, you can use Vistia embedded videos as well, whichever you prefer. For simplicity only, I will use just this kind of a video. I pulled it in, and that's how I'm going to be leaving it. Over here, we'll just change the font to Roboto, make the font a bit smaller, and then let's just see how we have it on the previous page. Yeah, we have everything centered. So let's just copy over this text. I want to center it and make it a bit smaller so that our text and the form are in line of the whole video over here. So as you can see, when I click the text, there is some spacing added on here. So I will click the spacing as well, and then remove the bottom margins that we have. There we go. And on here, we also have some spacing. We have some 3 rem of spacing below it. I'll remove that one as well. And then just the size of the description just to make it a bit smaller. Great. Then the form is almost in the line of the button is almost in the line of the video. So we'll just work with the spacing of our form a bit. Here we go. It is better now. Great. So let's just see the spacing on this one. There is a bit more spacing on here. And then, okay, so this we can decrease as well. We don't need it actually. Yes, so we can now work with the form fields. So we have the title, we have the description done. This is where you will type in your own details, your own headings, your own descriptions and things like this. But I'll just leave it as it is, just so that we can go through the whole build a bit quicker. I'll just do some spacing with these form fields. So just a spacing on not in the padding, but on the margins, so that we can push them a bit away from each other. And then on the form fields itself, I'll just decrease them because I don't need them so spaced out. So what I'm doing now using the spacing inside with the padding options is decreasing the text, the spacing between the text and the border of the input field itself. So I'm just clicking the up and the top and bottom padding and then just decreasing it to 0.5. There we go. And now I can work with a submit button. I want to size it relative to the parent to be full width, like that, and maybe to be this type of a red. So you just choose your color. Just make sure that it is nice and visible. The text on the button will be Roboto. The text inside the form fields will be Roboto in this tutorial. And then over here as well, and here as well. There we go. And then the text on the button, I just want to size a bit bigger. And then here I can actually increase this just a tiny little bit so that it is looking a bit nicer. There we go. And also on the button, the spacing. Perfect. Great. So I'm happy with how it looks like. It is very simple to create. So this is now almost identical. We just need to do some borders over here, and that's basically it. So when I choose the form field, I will choose a different background color, just a lighter gray. Actually, I will remove it completely. I will put a white color. I will be making this white as well. So now the form field is not visible. So in this case, we will need to add on some borders around it. So we can choose 2 pixel borders with some light gray. And as you can see now, people can see that this is a form field where they need to input some of their details. Also just around the corner, so they are not looking as sharp as previously, like that. But this is just up to your preference. This is how you designed your website, your other funnels. It's just your preference at this point. So I'll be using this color for the border color, and then in the background I will just choose white, and then in corners I will round them this much, and over here as well, just around the corners a bit. There we go. Oh, I know why this spacing is here. There we go. So now I can actually take the form container and move it a bit lower. And now it looks great. So that is basically it. In case you want to just space out the bottom block, I would suggest clicking on the block itself and then top and bottom padding, and you just add on some padding on it. So now you can see there is some spacing between this block and this block. But on the bottom, I want to add a bit more padding so that people can actually read what it says, and they can scroll down and then see what it says on these buttons. If you want, you can also add on a footer over here. Let's just use a dummy footer, something like this one. I wouldn't suggest it because it is a funnel, so maybe something much simpler. Maybe something like this one that is giving them the option to choose the privacy, to see the privacy policy and the terms of service instead of the office and contact. But it is important when you're using paid advertisement or anything like that, so that you actually have these privacy policy pages as well on your site. So I'll just leave it as it is. I believe it is looking good. So let's just save it. This is our opt-in page. It is now, let's call it wireframe opt-in page for our product launch funnel, okay? And I believe we are ready to go and build out the second page, which will be the video number 1 page, okay? And it looks like this. This is how it will look like. So what we need to build out is actually a navigation bar with a logo and some of these images that we already used. There is a divider over here at the bottom, and then a title, a video, and then a 2-column layout which has a logo over here, and then this embedded chat form. So I'm having a couple of questions over there. I will be answering them at the end of this live stream, at the end of the training. But I believe we are ready to go and build out this video number 1 page, okay? So I'm going to create a new page, and then this will be the video number 1 page. So I will go into wireframes, so blocks, wireframes, navigation bars, and I'll just take this one with the logo and the 2 buttons. That's basically my navigation. Instead of buttons, I will just pull in the images. Very simple. So they will be lined up nicely. And also when we make the page smaller in a navigation on a mobile, it will be still displaying nicely. As you can see, it will not break the layout. So that is here. The next block we will need is, or actually not a block, we will need a divider. So let's just pull in a divider. In the elements you have here in the layout options, you have a divider. So let's just pull in here inside the navigation as well. Okay, so the next block is just an empty block with a title and a video inside it. So blocks, wireframes, empty container over here. And then I just choose an element, which will be heading 1. We can center it. And then another element, which will be a video, YouTube video, just below the heading itself. There we go. It is a bit too big, so I will resize it. Using the sizing options, you can change the sizing of the video. Let's just do 60%, okay? To actually make it centered on the page, we click out from the video so that we chose the container now. Inside the container, you can go to layout, vertical, center. There we go. Now it is nicely centered on the page. So this is done, this is done, this is done. Now we just have to pull in another, like a 2-column layout. In 1 column there will be an image, and then the other column it will be a code embed. So for this block I used an empty block, but not this one. But if you scroll a bit lower, you can see that there is a this block is a very small, and then the other block is a bit bigger. So this is what I used for the logo with the chat, and it looks much better when we actually use our logo. So I'll pull in an image. This is where our logo will be, and over here we will be placing an element which is called the code embed element. Okay, so code embed is going below the video. This will be our chat. Over here, we can immediately place our logo, which is, I believe, this one. There we go. We can also resize it later on. Let's just do it now. So sizing relative to the parent, and I want it approximately this size, 50%. That's fine. Great. So let's just start styling it, and then later on I'll show you how to get the chat function, and then where to go, what to do, and yeah, explain the chat function itself. So over here, as you probably have guessed, we need to just pop in our logo. So I'll just click on that image and then replace it with my logo. It will keep the sizing and it will keep everything the same, the aspect ratio, and so it will be just a different image. So that is now done. Let's just save it. And dun, dun, dun. Great. So instead of these buttons, I will be pulling in images, which are under media tab, image, and just pull it up here where it actually shows. Yeah, just pull it anywhere here on the page. We can delete the buttons. Let's just try to actually get them in. It is not fitting in. So let me just get them here as close as I can here below it, and then hopefully when I placed in my image, make it smaller, it will be nice and rounded. So I believe I have saved the one with the lock as well, so we can use that one first. Great. So guys, I know that I'm going with a bit of a faster pace than normally. I just want to cram everything in a max 2-hour training. I want to show you as much as I can. So this is now done. Let's just delete these buttons. And see why this is not actually coming over here. I believe I need to use a different navigation menu. I will try to use this one with the icons. I believe the buttons, they are not in their own container. And if we use this one, we can see that they have a container around it. And then this is where we can actually come and paste our image. Nope, it is not allowing us to do it. So let me just do it a different way. Try to pull in the actual image from here inside the container. Strange. It worked yesterday. Let's try with this one. Okay, so now it works magically. I don't know why, but I have actually placed an image over here. So strange. Okay, so what I needed to do, as you may probably seen, I just clicked and duplicated the logo image. So the logo image, and then I just pulled it over there. So now it went to the place where I wanted to place my image. For some reason, it just didn't work first time when I was trying it with an extra element, but duplicating the logo, actually it got it to work. This will probably need to be checked by the devs. But yes, so I want to use this this image over here, and we can now just duplicate it again and again. And then here, the first So 1, 2, 3, 4, perfect. And the first image will be changed to, let's just use this one because it is, no, let's just use this instead. It is the same aspect ratio because this has a play button and the other ones are locked. Okay, so that is now done. As you may see, they have already some spacing between them, so we can just remove that spacing just to make it a bit smaller. 0.5 is okay. There we go. And I believe that is, oh, that is looking great. I believe I did a bit too, I left a bit too small of a spacing, so let me just put them back. It looks on the first, when you do the first one, but when you do the rest, then it is looking a bit strange. So there we go. Now when we actually make it smaller, it will be going out of the screen, as you can see, but we will work with that later on in our responsiveness. So later on when we are actually making it responsive, but for now let's just build it out as it is. So I'll just copy this one over here, and this will be our heading text. So select it, resize it to be a bit bigger, like that. Choose Roboto as our font, and then space it out. So I want it to be a bit more away from the navigation bar, and I also want it to be away from the video itself. So something like that works fine. But we missed the divider. I actually didn't see it there previously. So the divider is something that will makes sense when we have the whole section, the whole page white, and then just to divide the navigation bar, the upper part of the page with the lower part of the page. So this is why I put in the divider. As you can see, it is smaller, it is not full width, and it is gray and a solid line. So it is not a dashed line or a dotted line, it is a solid line. So how do we actually do that? So first, let's just make the sizing a bit smaller. So we go into sizing, and then not 100% of the page, but let's just make it a bit smaller, like 83% of the page. Okay. And then for the sizing, sizing is done, let's just go and make it solid. So the divider is actually managed inside the borders tab. You can also manage it over here, but it is not as flexible as you can do with the borders tab. So inside the borders, you can choose if you want a dotted line, dashed line, or a solid line. And I want a solid line, and I want to have a color, some type of a gray. Okay. Then the next step is to remove the background color to white, and then also the nav bar, the nav bar color to white. So now the whole section is looking nice, and it makes sense. So you probably seen when we put in the divider, it was looking smaller than the section. You can see here, so the logo is over here, the image is over here, but the divider is only until here. You can only see it how big the divider is once you actually close the navigation, so this style editor, so then it actually extends to the full length of the screen, so you can actually see how it looks then. From here, I can see that I just need to space out a bit more on the top, like that. Give it a bit more breathing room. But I'm actually finished with this part. Let's just go on to the bottom part and show you how we can manage the comment section and the whole thing just here below. Okay. If you want, you can have a logo left on this place, and then the comment section to be until here, but let's just try to manage it that it is below the video. So I believe this video is a bit bigger than ours, so let's just increase the size of the video like that. And now we can click on the stylable element that is over here. Actually, let's just click on the container, and using the container we can resize it. So if we pull it back, we can see that it is resizing. and now we can decide how big we want it. I believe this is fine. We can just put the layout of this image to be centered in this container like that, so it is not outside our video borders anymore. Let's just see how it looks like this way. Oh, it actually is. So we will need to just resize it a bit more. So when we click on the container, we just need to push it in a little bit more. Let's see now. I believe this is fine. The embed code will be modified separately once we actually embed our code inside there. The next thing I want is to move away this container, this whole block from the video itself. As you can see, they are very tightly together, but I want to have a bit of space below the video so that we can have some breathing room over here. And the way I do that is choosing the block section, and then not the margins, but the padding. I add on some padding over here, and I remove the logo and the comment section from the video itself. Okay, and I believe that is it for now. We'll just save it, and then I will explain you how to get this chat function here. So when you are working with a product launch formula funnel, it is very important to have some sort of a chat. You want people to come to watch the video of your product, of your basically your content, or it doesn't have to be a video, it can be like written content, but actually put a comment section on there so that people can feel immediately this community vibe, that other people like it, other people comment on it, they say, oh my god, this is amazing, I need it now, when is the new video, and things like this. They're actually pumping up and making more anticipation in the people that came to preview your page. So the community section is itself a very powerful tool to use. So in this section, I used a company, or I used a form called Discuss. So this is something that you can use on WordPress sites, on all kinds of different sites where you can embed things. Discuss is best because it can do this. When somebody new comes onto a page, somebody that never visited this page before, they can see this one, they can see the comments from users, they can comment on it, but they can also log in. They can log in using Facebook, they can log in using Twitter, they can log in using Google, so that their profile images are showing up. But they don't have to, they can simply comment like, yes, this is great. As you can see, once you post, you need to put in a name and then approve this one because of cookie policies and things like this, and then actually you can comment. But you can ask them to log in with these details, and then inside the discuss board you will see analytics, you will see people's names, you will see all these interested people that are commenting on your videos and on your content over here. So this is how they would see it. They can also like it, they can tweet and share it. So this is going to be giving you that boost. They can share out your site immediately with one click. So this is awesome. There are also free embeddable comment sections from Facebook, but it is a bit of an issue at this point because I believe Facebook is changing its code, and because they are changing to this new style of Facebook, the comments are not embeddable yet. I've seen a couple of forums actually saying that the code is not embeddable. In case you're watching the replay of this tutorial, not a live stream, you can maybe test this out. So in case you just type into Google search Facebook comments embed widget, or Facebook embed comments, you'll come to the embed comments social plugins. Okay, and then not embedded comments, but just the comments social plugin from developers.facebook.com is what you need to have, and then it will be looking like this. Come on, load in. Here we go. It will be looking like this. It will show up how many comments are. You can sort by top and bottom, and it will be looking like that. But you can choose how the number of posts you want and things like this. It is quite simple. However, I didn't find it that it works, and I believe this is because Facebook is going over to this new style, new dashboard, and new things. So basically how to get this working is here you paste in the link where you want your comment section to show up. Over here you type in what's the number of posts you want to show up, and then once you click the get code button you can get this code. Over here you copy this one into the opening body tag. So let's just test it out again. Maybe it gets to work today. So this is the page. Actually, we need to publish it first because it is not the same page. So let's just give it a name. Live demo. Okay. So this is the live demo page, and it will be PLF 5. Okay, so lemon.groovepages.com PLF live. This is our link. There we go. And then live demo. This is where we want our video to, or the comment section to be on. So we can get the code. This one we copy inside the body section, which is over here, edit settings. And then when you scroll up, you can see include body top, include body bottom, include body top. This is where we need to paste it in. Click this one, immediately save after that. Okay, it is now saved. And then after that, we just place this line of code, this piece of code to the place we want the actual comment section to show up. And this is in the embed your code here, which we just pulled in from the elements tab previously. So we click on it, we click the cogwheel, hit this undefined, and then just paste in our code. So theoretically, it should be showing up now. The code embed, let's just save it and then publish it. I don't believe it will be showing up because of something. Not sure why, but this is our live page, and then live demo is the second page. So here it should be showing up the comment section. For some reason it is not showing up. So this is why I decided to go with the option of discuss. So once you go to discuss, this is what you will see. It is a comment platform, and they are doing this very nicely, and you can get started for free. I'm already logged in on my free account, but let's just say if you would sign up for free, you can just choose to go with basically log in with Facebook, Twitter, Google profiles. Then you just choose a free account. There are also paid accounts with Discuss. There is the Plus, Pro, and Business. There are different things which you can choose to show up different elements on the page, like the footer, to not show the Discuss logo and things like this. But the basic platform is available to you. And then what I showed you previously, this is the basic platform. Okay, so then here, once you logged in, this is what you will be able to see. Then you can just create a comment. You will be able to see here, create a comment section button, and then I believe you have one site to work with. Then this is where you can moderate comments, analyze the engagement, and things like this. But when you create a comment section, you will need to choose install Discuss, and this is what you will be seeing. And then you choose I don't see my platform listed, install manually with universal code. So I believe we would need to go and create a new comment section just so that you understand the whole process. So This is what you will see when you click the create button. This is the site owner, which is you. Website name is PLF live. Okay. Create a category. Let's just put it into an entertainment section. No reason, I just like that one. You will be able to choose which program or which price point to go with, but you can also go with a basic plan. And then after that, you just click on the I don't see my platform listed, install manually. Okay, you can watch this video through. It goes through step by step on what to do, but I can also show you. So this code needs to be copied, and it goes basically, it goes basically to the embed code area. Okay, that is on our page over here. Embed your code. There we go. So we paste this in, save. And immediately we can see that something is happening over here, but it is missing one more thing. It says here, place the following code before your site's closing body tag. So this is the second code. This was the first code, and then the second code we just need to place inside the pages settings. Okay, and then here inside the body tag, we just paste that in, checkbox here, and then save. Great. So let's just preview it just to see if it works or not. And as you can see, immediately it loaded in. So there were no problems like with the Facebook embedded comment. Discuss is working perfectly. And it is a very good solution because you have these tweet and share buttons as well. You have the start a discussion, and then people, when they are logged into Facebook or Google or something and they come to your page, they will be automatically over here added as a user, so they can start typing. They can also put in GIFs if you are on a paid plan and things like this, and it is increasing the engagement. It is actually a better platform than just the Facebook comments. So that is how I did that page, but let's just modify it now. So as we can see, it is this comment section is below. Let's just have a look one more time in the preview if it is going below. Okay, so it is going a bit outside the video as I wouldn't like. So let's just try to play with that. We can do the code embed, and we can size the code embed itself like that to 80%. Like that. Let's just save and preview. Okay. Yeah, and it is immediately better. As you can see, it is below the video over here. The logo is not quite, so we can just work with that a bit. Okay. Over here, we're seeing it a bit bigger because I've zoomed in for everybody so that they can follow a bit easier. But what I will do is I'll just click on the container and I will put the layout of my logo just to be closer, not to be right aligned. Okay, so this way it shouldn't be out anymore, but let's just have a look. Yep, it is great. It is a bit too close together, but that is fine. I will not touch it. What we could do is just to increase the size of the video itself so that we make sure that it is nicely aligned. Great. So this is the video number 1. If somebody comes, they are watching this video, but to actually show that they're watching this video, we can give them some kind of we can show them that they are on this video itself. And I would do it with a border around the image, and I would do a same type of border. You can choose your brand color. I would do something like this, so that they know that they are on this video. In case they click on that video, then I would do a border around that so that it shows that they have chosen and they have selected this video. Yeah, basically that is it. So now the next thing is we need to create the pop-ups, and we need to make it mobile responsive. So I will try to put this into the next half an hour and then finish on the 2-hour mark. Great. So let's just do the pop-ups. Let me just show you how I created my pop-ups previously. So lemon video number 1. So in case somebody clicks on the video, oops, not this one, but on the video that is locked, we can actually have a pop-up with a countdown timer. And I've invited the people that were inside the Facebook group to watch me create a countdown timer, and I want to show you how I would do it. Okay, I will do a nice circle around it and show you how to actually manage that. So let's just do that one and create our pop-ups. So to start from the beginning, you click here to pop-ups, create a new pop-up, and then over here we can just select a template. I was going with this template because it already has everything that we need. We just don't need the button. We will just show people that the video you're trying to access is not available yet. Okay, so we'll just paste it in. We'll put in the font Roboto, make it maybe a bit bigger. There we go. And then the description, please come back once timer has passed to access the video. And then I would choose Roboto for this one as well. I'll just leave it as it is, and the font we can change to a bit. There we go. So the next thing I will do is I will actually create a circle around these numbers over here. I will create it in this type of color, and I will choose Roboto to be my font. So with these types of things, it is a bit tricky to work with the countdown timer, because it consists of a lot of different elements. So this is one element, this is one element. When you do borders, it will change the outline and the layout of how it displays and things like this. So let me just show you what I would do. I'm not quite sure if this will also happen in this template, but let's just test it out. So I will choose borders, create a border of 3 pixels all around, and I'll just round it like that. Okay, so as you can see now, it is rounded, but it is not displaying perfectly. So what we would need to do is add on a bit of top and bottom padding, but we would need to add on so much so that it is displayed nicely. And this is the reason, because we already have a left and right padding inside. So let's just decrease the left and right padding. Okay, then we can decrease also the top and bottom padding. So now we can now manage how big the circle we want to have. But once we actually go to smaller screens, it will be getting looking differently. So we will need to manage those as well. So we'll do a responsiveness of a pop-up as well. So in the borders, I want to set up my color over here like that. And then this text over here, I also want to put in Roboto and change it to days. Great. At this point, we would be able to do it with global styles. So we could just copy over the global styles from here and then paste it onto other ones. So this one, and this one. But at this point, the global styles are not working 100%. So let's just do this quickly manually. So I want Roboto. I want this color, and I want to go to borders, do an all-around border of 3 pixels in a red color. This one, and then do completely rounded one. And then I will decrease the spacing around, I believe, by 1.5, and then do some top and bottom padding inside with 1, I believe 1. Let's just have a look. So 1 and 1.5. Yes, perfect. So the last thing we are missing is to do Roboto, the text below, and then red. Let's just do the other one. Roboto, red. Perfect. We want borders all around 3 pixels, red. And we want to round them. Then inside the spacing, we want to decrease this to 1.5. And then on the top and bottom, we want to add 1. There we go. Okay, last thing is we change this to Roboto, we change it to red, and bada bim, bada boom, we just have a last one. Text Roboto, red, spacing 1.5. This on top and bottom, we want to have it on 1. Oops, and we missed the borders, which we will add on here, 3 pixels, red, and we just want to round the borders. There we go, around the corner, sorry. Roboto, and then red, and we have it done. So there were people asking me in the Facebook group how to do like circles around the numbers and circles around the whole thing. In case you don't want to actually have the circle around the number, but you want to have it around the days as well, so the whole thing together, you can just choose that one as well. As you can see, this is a stylable element, and this is also, as it says, stylable. So let's just do that on the first one only. So we'll just delete any kind of styling of the borders, and we will decrease any kind of spacing that we have. We don't want anything like that. Then we will just click one up, and then we will add on borders on this one. So we will just select 3 pixels on the first one. We will choose this one and then round it. As you can see, it is not looking the best, but when we add on some spacing, it will be looking better. So let's just add on that much, like 0.5 on the top and bottom, and then let's add on a bit more on here, 2.25. Yeah, we can add on a bit more inside so that it is a bit nicer, and then there we go. So now you know how to actually manage it. Most probably it will not be showing up the same if we resize it. As you can see, it is now a bit flatter when we are coming to smaller devices, but we can simply go there, and then on only on this device we can just manage it so that it looks better. So this is what we will be working on now. So here it looks great. On the smaller device it looks kind of okay. I'll just want to increase, oops, not this one, but the sizing only on this device and smaller. Okay, so I want to just decrease the sizing so that it is looking better. Also on here, there we go. So on this device and smaller devices, the text I'm happy with. On this one, I will just decrease the spacing just to make it nice and round. Great. And then over here, the days, I will just decrease. Great. Awesome. So over here, as you can see, it is also flattened a bit, and this is because we just need to either remove the side paddings or add on top paddings. So you can do both ways, or either or. I'll just decrease the side padding, so now it is looking better. It is now looking round. Let's just try to do one more so that it is looking a bit rounder. No, I actually like the previous one better. So there we go. And then over here as well, let's just decrease this by 1, over here by 1, and then over here we just need a smaller text. Perfect. On a smaller device, we still need to work a bit on this one, and then actually I will leave it how it looks on this device, but on this device we need to work a bit more. So as you can see, on a small device it is not looking the best, so let's just decrease the text size. And I'm not sure why it is pushing it out like that, but hopefully when we resize the whole container, the countdown container, let's just try that. No, that is not an option. We just need to reduce the text size of this one, reduce the text size of this one, and just do this on all of them, and then we'll see how it works out. Okay. as you can see, it can break, and sometimes I just suggest on a smaller devices like this just to remove the borders around the things that you are doing, because it could look strange. I believe I messed up my numbers now. 187, and over here 187. Okay, so I'll remove the borders on this one on a mobile because I don't need it. Immediately it pops back a bit nicer. Here we go. And this one I will also remove. I will actually remove all of them. The text font I will just do a bit smaller. And because we were working with a sizing and different things, it is giving us a strange look. So we just need to remove this one, remove the spacing on the sides. So it's just basically working with sizing and spacing at this point. There we go. And it is now immediately better, immediately looks better. It is not giving us the scroll bar at the bottom because the content fits on the page on a mobile device. So yeah, we can just remove all this. Here as well, top and bottom. There we go. And then on this one as well. There we go. So now we can add on. Here we removed the spacing on the side. We can just add on a bit so that it is spaced out nicely. There we go. So we can modify the layout now when we go back. Oh god, yeah. That was not the best that I removed the styling, but we can actually try to put it back because we didn't delete it. So on here, I want the borders to be showing. It actually deleted it. Even though I just hide the style, it deleted it. So this test failed successfully. It shows up on here. I'm a bit confused. Okay. Because it shows up only on those that where we actually have it set up. So on here we have it set up only on the text. Great. So now with this knowledge, let's see if we can actually have it on here on a desktop, but not have it on a mobile device. So let's just I'm doing the testing with you guys. So borders, we actually want a full line around on this one, but perfect. Yeah, bam. So on a mobile, we don't want. On this one, we want. On this one, we want. On this one, yes, thank you. On this one as well, yes, thank you. But on a smaller device, no, thank you. On here, perfect. I was a bit surprised, like, why? On this, I don't want. On here, yes, thank you, please show it. On here as well, on here as well, on here as well. Very good. So only on the smaller one we don't want. And then on the borders, on the small device, we don't want, but on the bigger ones, we actually do want it. Okay. And then on a smaller device over here, we don't want this, but on a bigger device, we want this to be shown. Again, we probably need to modify it, but I will not be going into it now because once we manage something on a mobile, it probably moved something away. For example, the spacing around here. I believe we just need to do it this way a bit. But yeah, these are minor changes that you would need to do now to have everything look nice. But yes, that's basically it. So save and exit, and then now we have a pop-up setup. now, for example, you can just do this one to be the pop-up for the day 1 or video 1. Okay, this will be showing up on here. Save and exit. We can go and duplicate this. So what I suggest you guys is don't set up a pop-up with, or don't set up the countdown timer on the pop-up and then duplicate it. Set up the pop-up without the countdown timer set counting down actually, and then duplicate it. It could give you a bit of trouble later on in case you set up a pop-up, turn on the countdown timer to start counting down, and then you duplicate it. Okay, so just set up the pop-up and then clone it for video 2. Okay, oops, not the new one, but clone this one to be video 3. Okay, there we go. Save and exit. So now the first one I want to show up on this page. When somebody clicks this image, I want the pop-up to show up. So I link to pop-up and I choose pop-up number 1. Okay, so this is now updated. I can save it. If I go into my pop-ups, the video number 1, I want it to be set up so that it is showing in, I don't know, the next day. So today is Monday 24th in August 2020. I want it to be tomorrow, okay? And approximately this time. Update. So this happens, it starts counting down, but when you just click on it, then it actually pops back. As you can see, because there is no two letters or 2 numbers over here in the days, it now looks a bit strange. So you may want to remove it over here if you don't have if you don't like the layout of it, or you can just edit it and then make it look better. And this is done with the spacing over here. You just add on some more rounded spacing. There we go. So that is how you can set up a pop-up, and now it will be looking probably strange on other devices because we added on the spacing on the sides, but you would need to just go back and then edit it, because all my devices were selected on here. Okay, so this is the pop-up number 1. When somebody clicks this one, this is the pop-up number 1 that shows up. Great. So now we have one page built out. So for the video 2, this will be the video 1. And we can add on live demo. Okay. Over here we can clone it and set it up as video 2. For the names of the links, I do not suggest you to use video 1, video 2, video 3 when you actually have a live product launch funnel page. What I do suggest in those types of things, in those situations, is to use I just typed in a random URL generator, but you can find it in string generator, which will create a different string of digits and lowercase letters. And then in case you click get strings, you can actually give these names to your pages so that people cannot figure it out. In case you send somebody to video number 1 and you actually show your video on that page, they will find out. I mean, it is not hard to figure out that video number 2 is on the page video number 2. So to actually randomize that, you can set up these kinds of random strings which you can name your, like for example in the page URL. Okay, so this will never be found out. Okay, so edit settings, and then you just add this on, something like that. Here we go. So now this is the URL that the people need to go to, and they cannot figure this out 100%. So this is also a trick that I was using for thank you pages. In case you have a thank you page and you don't want the people to figure out like yourdomain.com/thank you or TY or something like that, you can actually set up a page like this and deliver the thank you, basically deliver the product on a page that has this type of a string in the URL, because it cannot be figured out, and people think that this has been generated dynamically by the system because it looks very random. So once you set up something like this, it cannot be figured out. So there's another trick for you. I will just take this and then show you the string generator. Here you go, random.org/strings. You can use this for a lot of different things when you're doing these URLs. So there's a tip for you. What I want to just show you now is, now you can see the video number 2 has appeared. So now in here, okay, let's just publish it quickly. We are in the video number 2. In the video number 2, I don't want to have this video to have border, but I want this video to have a border. But here we just need to change the image to have a play button so that it is looking like it can be played. And then we change the border over here. We add on border around 2-3 pixels, something like that, with our lovely color. There we go. So now this is the video they are watching. Okay, and then we type in video number 2, and then the rest is the same. You change your video, you change the text and description that you want, and basically that is it. The rest is staying the same. However, for here you need to add on the pop-ups. So you need to add on the pop-ups for here in case somebody clicks on it. For example, I want the video number 2 pop-up to appear over here, and then the video number 2 pop-up should start on here. Okay, great. And then on which page this pop-ups appears? On all pages, on home, on video number 2, you can choose all pages, and then whenever they click on whatever page they are, this will be shown up. So you can just click on these ones just so that it shows up the styling, because for some weird reason it doesn't actually show up the styling. So now this is a video number 1 page. We have set up this one. We want to set up this one for our video number 2, and so on. So it is pretty simple to set up, so I will probably not need to explain a lot. This will be for the video number 3, because the first one already shown up. And then also we can set it up on the video number 2 here. This one to show up a day after, which will be the 27th. Okay, great. Let's just click on these, save and exit, and let's just set this up. So you would need to set up the pop-ups on all of the pages, or you set it up once on the video number 1 and then you just duplicate it, and then the pop-ups will automatically be also transferred there. But I just didn't do that this time. Here we go, publish. Let's just test it out. So if somebody clicks over here, there is a pop-up that in 2 days it is coming here. Okay, I switched it over. So the first one should be in 1 day, this should be in 2 days, and then this should be also in 3 days or so. But now you get the gist of how to set up the pop-ups, how to actually link them in, and yeah, how to do these pages. So let's just quickly run over the mobile responsiveness. On here it looks okay. Maybe this one would need a bit bigger size. Okay, great. So here you will see that we will need to work a bit more with that. So when we have all the icons pink, we are editing all the devices at the same time. When we click only one device, so we click 2 times on one device, then we are editing only this device. Over here, I'm happy with what I am seeing. Over here, I'm seeing that this is a bit bigger than all the other videos, so I will be just resizing it accordingly, so relative to the parent, and then I can just increase the size so that it is in the width of the whole on the other videos. Okay, here on this device the text needs to be changed to a bit smaller, and then on this device I want my logo to be a bit bigger, like that. Okay, and over here I want the chat function to be a bit bigger as well, like that. On this device I want my logo to be smaller and centered in the middle. Okay, so layout centered in the middle. On also the chat I want to be full width, and this text needs to be smaller, like that, and this image needs to be smaller. So I'll just turn on relative to the parent. I believe this is now it. Is it? No, a bit bigger. Sizing. Okay, I believe this is it. Because of the border, it adds on a bit of padding, because we have a border of 3 pixels on it. We can just modify this one so that it doesn't show up this big. Maybe 2 pixels or 1 pixel. No, 2 pixels. It adds on a bit of sizing to it. But on mobile, basically we don't see anything, and this is because we have a very large we have a very large logo, we have very large images. So let's just work with this one. This one needs to be sized a bit smaller. There we go. Immediately it is looking better. We also need to remove the spacing and add on some spacing on the left hand side, like that. And then we just resize the images how we want them to look like. Okay, so this is not the best, maybe relative to the page. No. We can try play with these ones. Actually, I'm not sure why this is styled differently, because we just duplicated it. We can try to just delete this and then set this up to be a different image. Okay, perfect. And then we just design it a bit, this logo a bit bigger relative to the page, not auto, but relative to the parent is too small. Let's just try to navigate with the relative to the parent and the height. No, relative to the parent page and height. Yeah, there we go. So now we can see we just needed to modify the logo to in the height to relative to the page, and now it automatically aligns all the, there we go, all the images. And now we just need to add on the border around this one on all devices, and then we have it finished. Because we edited the actual sizing from relative or from auto to relative to the height, it changed on all the devices, but we can just put it back on each of the devices, and then that is it. But that is basically it, guys. The previous page that we created, the home page, is mobile responsive because it is done using pre-made blocks. So as you can see, there is not a lot to do, just to resize these images. So you can just click on the image, resize them using these buttons over here, for example, using 20 rem, and just put them in the middle, and then that is it. So there is not a lot to it. Everything else on there is already looking nice. But for now, I would like to answer a couple of your questions, because we had a very in-depth training together, and I believe there is questions that need to be answered. So let me just finish this last one. 20 rem, align vertically in the middle, and there we go. So you can add on more spacing, you can add on different things like if you want a description on the video and things like that. But there really is not much to it. The bulk of the work was in the video pages, and now that we got them all mobile responsive, we just need to actually modify the logo on here to put it back to auto, and on here they will be staying small. Okay, this one is auto. Perfect. So yeah, that is basically it. This is for launching a product. Have you ever heard of Jeff Walker product launch form? Matthias, this is basically what I'm talking about. This is the point of the whole video. So if you didn't watch it from the beginning, please rewatch it. But yes, guys, this is it. We built out the page. It is not too complicated. As you can see, we created the opt-in page and a video 1, video 2 page with pop-ups. We made it mobile responsive within 2 hours, and I also give you a whole presentation on this one. So you create an opt-in page, you create a video page, you can just duplicate it, just put in your new content, your new videos, or new text that you have. You create a thank you page, and after that you just send them to your full sales page that you should have. But this is used for launching basically your products. So Q&A question: what would be the end goal of creating this type of page? So this is a product launch formula. You would probably need to rewatch the video. This is when I talked about this type of thing. Robert Pons, once you have the first one, can you use global styles command here to modify the rest? You can, Robert. At this point, there is a bit of a problem with the global styles when you copy paste it. When you actually use the global styles, sometimes it breaks things. There is a bug reported with this one, but our devs are working on it. Timer question: any way to remove days and hours, so only minutes displaying in a countdown? This would be great, Keisha. At this point, if you remove anything and you press the update button again, it will show up. So this is also something that the devs are working on. We asked them, like developers have asked them, and the designers to be able to just have, for example, hours, minutes, and seconds, and not the days, and then also different kinds of combinations, only the days and hours and not the minutes and seconds. At this point, it is, in case you delete it, you press the update button again, it will be showing up just without the style. So it is not possible, but there is a reported bug on that one. Question from Keisha: how do you get the form container below the title and the paragraph element again? How would you get the form container? Okay, so here, as you can see, I just pulled in a 2-column block. Let me just do it one more time. So I went into empty over here, chose this block, and here I just pulled in an image. I'll just duplicate this image just to speed up, and then over here we just take an element which is code embed. Okay, we just take the code embed element, place it in here, and now we can just take the code from discuss and pop it in here. That's basically it. Question: can we get, okay, so this is about the Trello board. We sent it out already. Okay, so there were no questions that were old. Question: how would you lock the extra videos that they would go through after timer reaches 0? How would you lock the extra videos? You don't have to lock, you have to unlock. So when the timer reaches 0, basically you just, that's a good question. I believe you would need to do it manually, but you can just send people to you can just change the image yourself, which I believe you can. Simply click over here, choose a different image, and click publish. but it is not done automatically. When a timer reaches 0 and the new video is available, you cannot set it up to actually change the image automatically. This is something you would need to do yourself. Let me just see if I understood correctly. How would you lock the extra videos that they would go through after timer reach? Yeah, so you would need to unlock, not lock, but yes, you would need to do them manually. This will be done also inside your marketing, because people will be signed up and you will be sending them emails to go and watch your video number 3. So they watch this video, they will see this page. Okay, so one will be played. Then when they close this out, they probably not will have this all the time open. So when they receive an email number 2, as you can see, they are not connected. These videos are not connected only when they are actually live. So the email will be the one that will be telling them there's another video. But in the email number 2, they would see this dashboard and they would be sent to this page. Okay, so actually you don't have to automatically reveal the videos. You just need to use email automation to send people to those links, to those videos. Question: the form container question was for the opt-in page. Had trouble doing it as it was going. Okay. So on the opt-in page, which is this one, I just used, oops, I clicked the wrong button. I just used the two container 2-column block from the empty containers. This one, 2-column block. Let me just place it over here below it or above it, as you want. So over here there is just an element of a video, YouTube video, coming in here, and then over here there is some text, description, and container. So actually I used here another block. Let me just delete this and then exactly show you what I did. So here I used another block, which is call to actions. And then this was the block that I used. In here I pasted the video. In here I deleted just the button, pulled in the empty form, the form from the form selection, empty form. I just pull this inside below, and then input field into the same here. You type in first name, date, you duplicate this, email, date, and then you just need to pull in a button, which will be a submit button, and then you just style it. There we go. That is the whole knowledge. You just click on the button, and then you just do relative to the parent 100%. And this is how I did it. Basically, very simple. That's it. Great. So guys, I believe this is the end of our video. We don't have anything much else to talk about. It is very simple to do. These pages, they don't require a lot of tech knowledge. It just needs a bit of playing with. So here you will probably need to put in some spacing between them, but it is very easy to do. So when you just click on the container, you click spacing and margins, and then you actually remove it, or you add on the layout, add on some large margins. But here the problem is that the sizing of the images is not proper. So you would need to go also here and then resize the images, because I was sizing them according to the mobile device. But yeah, there is a bit of going back and forth with the responsiveness, but the whole build is pretty straightforward. So in case you are looking forward to doing these types of launches, please look into Jeff Walker's teachings, his book, and everything that he does. It is amazing, and he gives you more information on how to actually create these types of pages. But that's basically the gist of it, how you would be able to create something like that. So I will be ending this video now. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had fun and you will be using this in the future. So thank you very much, guys, for watching, and then see you in the Facebook group. Bye bye.